What if I told you one simple, non-pitchy prospecting move just closed $12,650 in AI services in only 7 days? And they did that with just a list of 50 prospects, 7 hours of total work time, and zero cold pitching. Look, this isn't theory. This isn't hype. This isn't one of those AI changed my life overnight stories. This is a real case study from someone inside my world, Dorn, who followed a very simple process that I laid out in a weekend challenge. He stayed human, he stayed consistent, and he let conversations do the selling. And here's the part that should really get your attention. The AI services weren't the hard part. The tools weren't the magic. The prospecting wasn't fancy. The win came from how the conversation started. So stick with me, because by the end of this video, you're going to see exactly what Dorn did. You're going to understand why it worked, and you'll be able to test this yourself this week to see if this could work in your business. So my promise to you today on this video is by the end of the training, you'll know how to go from 50 local businesses to real booked calls of people that have the real chance to become paying clients, how to send non-salesy emails that actually get replies, how one conversation can turn into multiple AI services sold, and why this approach works better now than cold pitching ever did. So, none of the scripts sound robotic. There's no mass spam, no bro marketing, just focus, clarity, and genuine outreach. Now, before I dive into the actual training, I do need a quick favor, because this helps me keep making content like this. So if you can do me a favor and like the video, subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications, and drop a comment below, I will send you a link to my free Smart AI Launch Lab training, where I show you how to launch your AI business in just 72 hours. Now, on the thank you page for that free training, you are going to find a spot, let me show you this, right here, that says, access my free AI cheat sheets. So when you sign up for that free training, you're gonna get this cheat sheet that I have for today's training that has the exact prospecting approach, the messaging framework, and how to test this in your own market. You're going to get this for free. Just sign up for the free training. On the thank you page, you'll go down to step 3. You'll see this, get all my free AI cheat sheets. Not only will you get this AI cheat sheet, but you'll also get a bunch of others that I have in there as well, all for simply liking the video, subscribing to the channel, turning on notifications, and dropping a comment below. All right, let's get into this actual case study. So I'm going to be breaking this down into 4 parts. What Dorn actually did, step by step, the email approach that opened the conversations, how the conversations turned into higher ticket sales, and how you can replicate this without overthinking it. And I want to be very clear about this. This whole process I'm going to lay out is not rocket science. This is focus, a clear path, simple messaging, and consistency. So let's talk about what Dorn actually did. So here was the post that Dorn made in my school community after doing my weekend challenge. So here was the deal. On, I think, Thursday or Friday, I made a post saying, hey, this is my weekend challenge. I challenge you to just build a small list of local businesses and reach out to them with this simple email that I'm going to share with you. And then this is what Dorn posted on Monday. He said, I did Tom's weekend challenge. I researched 50 businesses on Saturday. So it took him probably an afternoon to get his list of 50 businesses together. On Monday, he sent out 10 emails per hour starting at 9 a.m. On Monday, he got 2 yes, let's talk replies. So when he got those, he called them up, he had a brief chat, and he scheduled time to go over an online presence report. He booked both those calls. So I'll talk about that online presence report here in a minute. On Tuesday, he got 7 yes replies from those 50s. He called them, booked 3 more appointments. On Wednesday, he sent a second email to those who didn't reply. So he did a follow-up email. He got 4 yes replies from that. He booked 1. Today, he got 7 more yes replies. He booked 3. So that's a total of 50 businesses that he was targeting. He got 20 replies and 9 booked appointments. That is a total invested of roughly 7 hours. Now, some of you watching this, maybe those of you that are chasing the latest AI tools and the latest AI hacks, might be looking at that and going, oh man, 7 hours, there's got to be an easier way. But let me share you the results that he got from this, because maybe you're thinking, I don't know, Tom, this doesn't seem easy and push button like all the other gurus are telling me I can do. Is this actually worth it? Well, look at this. These were the results that Dorn got from that. I just had him tell me this morning. He sold 4 paid audits. So 4 of those prospects paid him $500 each one time to put together an online audit of their business and for him to go over that audit with them. Let me say that again. They're paying him $500, $2,000 total to simply tell them what the problems are with their online marketing. And I'm going to show you a software tool that Dorn used for this that makes those reports super easy. You can do them literally within a minute. He sold one of the prospects a pay-per-click management campaign at $5,000. He sold one a LinkedIn system at $3,000 a month. He sold 2 websites, one at $49 a month and one at $99 a month. And he sold 1 Google Business Profile Management at $4.99 a month. That is a total from his 7 hours of invested time of $12,650. He started with just 50 what we call suspects and ended up with 19 appointments, 3 no-shows, 3 that are still deciding. So this number could actually go up. Now, would you be willing to invest a minimum of time, like 7 hours, to get results like this, or have an extra almost $13,000 in your bank account in the matter of a few days? Well, you better be saying yes. You better be saying yes. But here's the thing. Let me walk you through exactly what Dorn did. So on Saturday, he researched 50 local businesses. Now, he didn't rush this. He actually looked for businesses in his own backyard that he felt he had a real shot of bringing on as paying clients, meaning he identified something that he could help them fix. So let me walk you through that process. So I'm going to pull up a simple Google search bar here, and I'm going to show you 2 ways that you can do this. Now, number 1, you could just go to a Google screen like this, pick a type of business in your area, like electrician. I love going after the home services niches. And you could just spend a little bit of time of taking a look at these businesses here in what's called the map section and seeing what the issues are they face. Now, I see something right away from this very first business, Eco Electric, that maybe you might not notice at first, but Eco Electric is paying to be in this spot. You can see they're right under the sponsored tab here. However, it shows that their business closes at 4 p.m. So here in about 2 hours, this is going to show as closed. But Eco is still going to be paying Google to show their ad here. But people are not going to call a closed business. If someone Googles an electrician and they see it's closed, they're just going to go to the next ones down here that show open 24 hours, open 24 hours. So Eco Electric is losing money. They have a hole in their bucket. They're paying money to get their business shown first, but it shows that they close at 4 p.m. and there's no one taking calls after that. we could easily reach out to Eco Electric and offer to set up a very simple AI receptionist that would answer those after hours calls for them, field them in the right direction, and possibly book an appointment for the next day or schedule them during the week so that they could try to keep that business and not lose it simply because they're showing as closed. That's a very simple problem that we could help Eco Electric fix. Another thing I notice is when I click on this more businesses and I go through here, I see a couple of these electricians that don't have websites. It's 2026 and they don't have a website. There's an opportunity because we could use a simple AI website builder to build a really great looking little pre-built website, and we could offer to sell it to them for a very low price. Here's a couple more right here, right? So these are opportunities just by looking at Google. Now, that's one way to find the types of businesses that you can help. The other way is to use a software tool called High Level. So this is a high level sub account. High Level, if you don't know, is kind of like an all-in-one marketing AI operating system. So High Level allows you to manage your clients, do email automations, build websites, build funnels, offer things like AI agents, do things like Google Business Profile Management, set up automated AI review monitoring, all kinds of things under one roof. And I think their basic plan is $97 a month. So very inexpensive, and High Level gives you all the tools you need to run an online AI business like this. One of the perks of High Level is they have what's called the High Level Prospecting Tool. And you can find that here under Marketing and Prospecting. So one of the things that you could do is as you go about your regular life over the weekend, you could just look and see what businesses do I interact with? What businesses are around me? Do I see any businesses that I think I could help? Well, when you identify a business that you're like, I bet I could help Calidus Electric, you could then come home in the evening, pop open this little prospecting tool, put in their URL, and the High Level Prospecting Tool will generate this awesome little report for you that actually shows what this company has going on with their online presence. Now you can see here's their overall score. It's also got their business details. Look, they have no AI chat widget. Pardon me. They don't, let's see, their website hosting I don't think is WordPress. They're not replying to reviews. I can scroll down this and get a real good look. They're not using a Facebook ad pixel, so they're probably not running Facebook ads. I can go down here. I can see their Google Business Profile, what's going on with that. I can see if they have any issues with their online listings. I can also get down in here into online reputation, where it shows me their reviews, how many are submitted, if they're replying. I can see their website performance right here, and I can see an SEO analysis of where they rank when people type in the search terms they might want to go after right here. This is the online report that Dorn sold to those 4 businesses for $500 each. All he did was come in here, pop in their URL, generate this report. You can export it as a PDF. You can get a link to share it. And then he just showed up on a call and went over this report for them. What's really nice about this High Level report is it basically breaks down everything you need to know, right? Here's evaluate critical business information. It lays it all out for you. It's a great looking report and an excellent tool to make recommendations on how you can help the local business. So this is all Dorn did. He just went around, looked at businesses, came home in the evening, popped them into this tool to see if there were any issues where he could help them. Now, you can also go in here. Oops, I didn't want to show that report. You can also just go in here and go to add prospect, and you can type in like electrician, like I did on Google, and I can pick the area where I'm at and then just click search, and it will actually pull all of the electricians in this area, and it'll tell me what it thinks my chances are of bringing them on as a client based on the issues they have online. It'll show me things like if their Google Business Profile image is claimed, if they have a WordPress website, if they have a website at all. It'll show me their reviews. This little prospect score right here is a score that High Level gives saying like, hey, I think this client right here, Neat North Las Vegas, has a 62% chance you could turn them into a paying client. These other ones are a little lower, right? Because they've got good online presence. And you can see I can change the number of businesses I see on the page here. There's plenty of leads I can start looking into and following up. And when I want them, I can just add them over here to my reports and it'll run that online visibility report for each one. So as you can see, Dorn didn't scrape a list. He wasn't blasting out a bunch of emails. He was choosing targets intentionally. And that's very important. We always want to start with the end in mind. So if you have a service that you're trying to sell, like AI agents or AI social posting or AI website building, you want to identify businesses that need that service now. Those are the people you want to go after. Now, step 2, once Dorn built this list of 50 businesses, then he just started outreach on Monday morning at 9 a.m. Now, Dorn actually did this in an automated way, and I'm going to show you that right now. So I'm going to show you a way to test this without having to set anything up that I'm about to show you, but I want to give you the big picture of the overall strategy. So what Dorn is doing here is what we call the AI directory edge. And he has set up a local directory in his area. This is one I set up here in Las Vegas. Dorn has one in his area in Indiana. He actually has a couple. And when he identifies these businesses that he wants to reach out to, he simply adds them to this directory and gives them free listings. And he reaches out with that free listing as his first approach. So he's doing a value add approach to these businesses. Not, I'm trying to sell you something. Not, I want to help you with your marketing. Simply, hey, I've added your business to my local community resource website. Can you please verify that the information I have is correct? And that simple little action will turn into the conversations that end up closing these high ticket deals that you see right here. So the way Dorn does this, again, it's very automated. You just load the businesses into your high level account like this. You select the ones you want. You simply do this trigger automation and you just add them to what we call the free listing outreach workflow. You're able to do this in drip mode. So I do send in drip mode, and this is how I can just go in here. I can pick the start date. I can pick what time I want all this to start, that I want 10 messages to go out every hour, and it will just, I can select the days that I want or not select, and then I just click add to automation, and it will automatically start running the prospects, the leads through this free listing outreach automation. And what happens in that first email is they get an email that basically says, hey, business owner, my name is Tom. I'm building a free local community resource right here in Las Vegas. Your business has been added to the directory. It's complimentary. But before it's live, I just want to make sure that we have all the right information. So is this your correct business information? And it'll put their business name, address, phone, website in there. And then it just says, just reply yes if everything looks good. Thanks for helping keep things accurate. Oh, I'm missing a T there. Let me put that in there. Oops. And that's it. That's the first email, best of your name. And then all we do is wait for someone to reply. So most business owners will get this email. It'll see their business information. They'll take a look and they'll just simply reply either, yes, that information is correct, or no, can you please change this? Some people will ask, hey, what's going on with this directory? I'm interested. Like, this is a very non-salesy approach. Again, we're just leading with value. Now, once someone replies and says, yes, that is my correct business information, that's where the magic of this process really starts. Because now we can say, hey, thank you for confirming. I appreciate that. By the way, while I was setting up your listing, I noticed something that your competitors are doing that you're not, that I think is costing you some money. Could we set up maybe a quick call where I could go over that with you and show you how to fix it? Or look, I made a quick little video of what the problem is and how you can fix it. Here's a link, check it out. And then in that video, we're showing them the problem we found. No AI agent on your site, or you don't have a website, that type of a thing. And this is the approach that Dorn was taking, right? This simple, let's lead with value, get someone to actually engage with us, and then have a real conversation with them. So remember, on Monday, 2 replies from this saying, yes, let's talk. He called them, he booked them. Tuesday, he got 7 more yes replies, booked 3 more calls. Wednesday, sent a follow-up to non-responders, 4 replies, booked 1 more. And then after all of that, right, 50 prospects, 20 replies, he ended up with 19 booked calls. And these are the services that he had sold as of this morning when I talked to him. Just under $13,000 in AI services from this simple little prospecting outreach. That's it. Now, again, I can't stress this enough. Most people mess this up because they try to go right for pitching. But Dorn didn't pitch, he didn't sell, he didn't flex AI. Remember, he led with value. He led with this simple email that says, hey, I'm local, I'm building this community resource for businesses just like yours. I just want to make sure I have the correct info. Let me know. That's it. And then when people replied, he was able to continue those conversations and start talking about the services that he had to offer. He also looked at the people he was reaching out to and tried to customize each message enough to be real. One of the carpet cleaners he reached out to had a pirate theme on their website. So Dorn's subject line was from one pirate to another pirate. That's not marketing, right? That's being human. And the goal wasn't to sell. The goal, as what yours should be, was to start a conversation. So again, I showed you the simple version of this email, and I'm going to show you how you can test this yourself without needing to set up a directory or do any of that stuff as well. So all you need to do if you want to test this out is use this simple email, build a list of 25 to 50 local businesses right in your area, and just get the cheat sheet, copy this email, and send it to them. And I think you're going to be amazed because you'll see in this email, there's no selling, no pitching, no pressure, just relevance and clarity. Now, all you have to do is pay attention and watch. Does someone respond? Do they say, yes, that's their information? Do they seem interested, right? Don't jump into, hey, here's my AI offer, here's my package, here's my price, right? Treat them like a real human being. Thank them for getting back to you, right? For verifying their information. And then just explain that while you were getting their listing set up, you noticed this problem and you can help them fix it. Those are how you turn simple conversations into 4 paid audits, a $5,000 PPC management, 2 website deals, a LinkedIn deal, a Google Business Profile management. Total closed $12,650, right? From conversations, not pitches. Now, here's the big thing that most people don't want to hear. AI services are easy to build. The real skill is earning attention and trust. You're probably out there pitching businesses, just expecting them to trust you, and you've given them 0 reason to actually trust you or listen to you. So Dorn didn't win because he had better tools, he had fancy automation, or he was more technical. He won because he was focused, he had a clear path, he stayed non-salesy, and he followed up. That is what works right now in this oversaturated AI services market. Now, look, if you want to test this out for yourself, here's what I recommend. I recommend that you subscribe, like, leave a comment below so that I can get you this cheat sheet. And then I just want you to pick 20 to 50 local businesses right in your own backyard, actually look up their online presence, send them this simple human outreach, start conversations, not pitches, and just see how it works, right? Not only will you get this amazing cheat sheet when you comment below, but you'll also get a link to my free Smart AI Launch Lab training where I'll show you how to get all this going in 72 hours. So again, like the video, subscribe, comment below. I'll reply with a link to get that to you. Now, also, keep your eye on this channel. I post new trainings like this multiple times a week. I will be back here again soon with more real-world AI business strategies that you can actually use. Now, in the meantime, be like Dorn. Don't get caught up in all the AI hacks, tools, tricks, and all that stuff. Focus on the foundational stuff and actually starting real conversations. Build a quality list over quantity and use a simple outreach method like I showed you in this video to start generating results like this. And if you want to see what other people like you are doing and how they're getting results and get your questions answered in real time, I recommend that you join my school group, Smart AI Operators. Just go to smartdirectory.ai/group. It's private, but it's free to join. Come on in. This is a great place to ask questions, see what's working. I mean, look at all these celebrations that people have been sharing over the past few days of things they're selling and doing. You'll actually see what's working in the real world. All right, look, that is it for this video. Thank you for sticking with me and joining. Again, like, subscribe. I appreciate watching, and I will see you in the next